Okay, so this is my vlog about how I developed, in throughout the filming project over at Quantock Lodge and at the train at the train station. So before this project actually happened, I wasn't that experienced in lighting really at all. Like I had worked on previous projects in the previous year and that like stuff like that. And I worked on my F&P, which involved like a bit of lighting when I would record like singers singing a song. This stuff from my F&P last year. There was a touch of lighting in there, but nothing substantial. So, and this year we obviously filmed session videos with the whole class. So I was involved in that, but not to a huge extent. It was only when I did my own session video with a singer, and I set up the lighting and audio all myself with some help from some other people. That I realised, the effect lighting can have, and how useful it can be. So when it came to pitching for our roles of this new project, I felt that doing lighting would be interesting because I've worked with camera and audio, I've done directing stuff and all that previously, with my F&P and such last year. So I thought that focusing on a very specific skill would broaden my knowledge of that skill, like because lighting I have barely touched on at all. So even though I don't have a lot of experience, I thought, yeah, this is a good idea. Like I want to learn more about this skill. So to go, after I was picked to do the role, I went ahead and drew up some lighting plans with my lighting partner, and we experimented with some lights in the studio, and started getting familiarizing ourselves with all the lights, and the arrays, the diffusers, the hot heads, and whatnot. The hot heads actually would come to use, primarily because we found them really useful. But we'd experiment with all of those different products throughout the entire video. So throughout the entire shoot. So we were messing around with the lights, trying to see what looks good, how to reflect lights, using the big reflector, the reflector pads, bounce light off that, bouncing light off walls and such. So, and from that, we drew up some lighting plans of how we think the scene should look, obviously working with the two DBs in that regard. So we got to Quantock Lodge and then began to set up our lights. Now we realised quite early on that there's no way to set the lights up perfectly. Like there was, perfectly how we designed it in the lighting plan, because there's just no way. Like the room looks different to how we drew it. Because we'd only been to the lodge, would only been to the lodge once, and it was just different. So we had to develop and move the lights around, kind of work on the job, which is actually really good for development processes. Like you think on your feet, you learn to compromise, you learn just crucial life knowledge, really, just of being in that kind of set. So I found that really, really helpful. I also developed because after and we got to Bitton train station, and then at that point, me and my lighting partner were like very confident with the lights. We were much more confident than we were before. We feel like we knew exactly what we wanted to do, how we wanted to do it, how we want the scene to look. And I think if you look at the film after it's been completed, you can see that the lighting itself develops and significantly improves from the scenes at Quantock Lodge to the scenes at Bitton train station, which shows a level of development with both me and my partner. So in that regard, I feel like that's really helped. I feel like I've learned a lot on this project. Like, obviously, I've learned loads about lights, how to use lights. I'm obviously going to take those going forward into my F&P and further on to university. Like, I'm going to properly focus, a lot more of my attention on light, which before I never really did properly. But lighting is now a much more significant part of the filmmaking process to me, which I think is really good. So I feel like I've developed my skills in the area, which is really, really helpful. Yeah. So I'm glad that that's what I did for my that's the area I chose to focus on. I feel like that's the area I developed, and I think I really succeeded. To be honest, like I really do feel like did really well. Like the best I could. I worked the hardest I did the best piece of work that I feel like I could do, which I think is really, which at this point in the project I feel is really, really important. Okay.